guys, so welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, I'm Pixie MUA. As you saw by the title, this video is about my announcement. However, before I get into that, I just want to say that I know that I haven't been filming much recently, and I'm going to go into that in this video. And if you're still subscribed, thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. And if you're still watching my videos, again, it really means a lot to me. Sometimes stuff just gets in the way. Also, if you're wondering about this makeup, it is from a video that I filmed previously. This video for this look with a different lip will be up in a few weeks. I know it's a bit much for this kind of video, but yeah, it's lockdown. I'm not wearing makeup very often, so I thought, you know, might as well film this now while I've got some makeup on my face. First off, obviously by the title you will see I'm pregnant. We found out in January, so January the 26th, and it was planned. We're really excited. I'm currently 18 weeks, so I was 18 weeks yesterday. I'll put a photo here of my bump because I can't bother to stand up. I haven't said anything on my social media apart from my personal Facebook yet because yeah, I just wasn't ready. We didn't really tell people till 12 weeks. I obviously told my family and a couple of close friends, and I did end up telling work because I was sick, but I'm going to go into that in a minute. I'm really excited. The baby is due September 29th, so I'm hoping that all of this stuff that's going on at the moment is died down by then, or at least like some restrictions are lifted, because I'll be devastated if my mum and dad can't meet the baby. It's their first grandchild, and obviously I'll be really sad for Lewis's mum as well. Just, you know, it's not an ideal situation at the moment, but it is what it is. But yeah, as I said, it was a planned for baby. I mean, there's nothing wrong if you fall pregnant and it's not, but for us it was. And yeah, as I say, I found out on the 23rd of January, so I have known for a long time. I found out when I was 4 weeks. The first 12 weeks were rough. I ended up getting food poisoning at about 7 or 8 weeks, I think it was, and oh my god, I was so poorly. Like, it was before all of this coronavirus thing had started really, and I ended up having to ring 111 because I was just so poorly. I couldn't even keep water down. I couldn't eat anything, and obviously I was really worried about the baby. I've never been pregnant before, so I wasn't sure, like, was something happening or was it something else? And I called 111 and they were amazing. They asked me loads of questions and sent me to the walk-in centre because it was a weekend. I do have a doctor, but unfortunately with it being the weekend, they're not open. So I ended up having to go to the walk-in centre, and they confirmed that it was food poisoning, and not to worry because I was so early on that baby really wouldn't be affected by it by then. It just meant that I wasn't eating much and I felt really poorly for a long time. So obviously that's one of the reasons I didn't film, because I felt so poorly. And the first 12 weeks of my pregnancy were rough really. I felt sick all the time and I was having a lot of food aversions, so yeah, and smells, and I was tired. After food poisoning as well, I did get a lot of food aversions, which has been a struggle. I am a fussy eater anyway, but if you follow my fitness Instagram, the link's down below, I do try and eat really healthy, but in the lead up to now, not been quite as healthy as I should have been. I'm eating so much better now. I'm in the second trimester. Like, oh, the first trimester just kills you. But yeah, the first trimester straight after, just before I got food poisoning, I was still eating everything. I was trying to be really good. I'd researched like really good foods for babies, like to eat like orange food, so like sweet potato and carrots and orange peppers, or you meant to have like red food or green food. So I tried, like, I made like loads of really lovely recipes. Went to McDonald's, my favourite food. I know I say try and eat healthy, but McDonald's is the one weakness. And had chicken selects. I have not eaten chicken since that moment, and unfortunately I have not touched chicken since. Chicken is my staple food because I'm so fussy. I like beef, and I kind of like pork, but not pork belly, like I only like bacon and maybe ham. So it's been a struggle, and even now, I still can't touch chicken. I just, the thought of it just really makes my stomach turn, but straight afterwards I literally, all I could eat was like beige food, so like toast, chips and noodles. Weirdly chicken flavour, but they don't taste like chicken. So that is like all I could eat for a long time. Gradually started adding more things to it, and then I started eating like kids food, so like waffles, smiley faces, beans and spaghetti hoops, thankfully, and fish fingers. Thank God I could eat fish fingers. So yeah, that was really, really difficult. Luckily, I'm eating fine now apart from chicken, and I'm trying to make more healthy choices. Apart from my only craving has been Haribo. I'm not normally a sweet tooth. I normally like savoury things, so I'd rather have cheese and biscuits. However, I have been I can't stop eating them basically until probably about last week, when that craving's kind of gone now. So now, yeah, I'm eating a lot better. And on top of that, I had panto as well, so I was still doing panto. And if you don't know, I'm part of a theatre group and I'm a dancer. So yeah, it was a lot, and I was just so tired and sick, and I didn't feel like filming, and I had to do what was best for me and the baby, so I decided to take a break. So the last thing you saw was my birthday, so I wasn't pregnant then. So from then and now, obviously it's a big step. And then I obviously had my scan and everything was fine, because obviously the first 12 weeks are the most dangerous. I mean, obviously things can happen later on in pregnancy, but it is the most uncertain time, so that's why I didn't really tell anybody. I very rarely used social media as well, so if you know me or if you follow me on social media, you'll notice that I kind of stopped posting. Again, I just didn't have the energy to do it. I was just so wiped out. I was still working full time. I didn't really take any time off work, apart from like 1 or 2 days when I had food poisoning. It's been very full on, and then we went into lockdown, and that kind of plays havoc with your mental health. So again, I didn't feel like filming for the first couple of weeks. Then I got sick with what we think was probably coronavirus, but I'm not really going to go into that because I was never tested. So I did have the same symptoms as my friend, who is a nurse who does the most amazing job, and unfortunately he got sick. They tested him. I had the same symptoms as him. I hadn't seen him, but we were talking, and yeah, so pretty sure I probably did have it. I went for my 12-week scan on the 16th of March, which was the day that the government announced that pregnant ladies would be going into the vulnerable category. So for me, we kind of had this joy of, oh my God, yes, everything's okay, to literally that evening going, oh yeah, by the way, you're in the vulnerable category. And we didn't know how vulnerable that made us, and we didn't know the side effects. The government just said, we don't really know what would happen to pregnant ladies, so you're in the vulnerable category. So obviously that was a worry. My work have been incredible. Literally, it didn't go, I've not been into work since 16th of March. They literally contacted me straight away and said, don't come in, work from home. That's what I've been doing ever since. It's kind of hard to deal with to begin with, because we didn't know the extent of how it would affect pregnant ladies. Luckily, we've got more info now, and it's probably not more likely to affect us. It's just that some viruses can affect pregnant ladies more, and especially when you get later on in pregnancy, and you can pass it to your unborn child. So obviously that is a worry. Luckily, Lewis goes shopping, which has been a whole other task, let me tell you, because I've had to give him a list, and he always comes back with something different to what I've asked him to get, but he's doing his best, and his work has been amazing as well. They let him work from home even before lockdown happened. We've both felt very supported, and luckily we're not furloughed either. So, and if you are, I'm really sorry that that is happening to you. It must be awful. Now I just want to talk about like the coronavirus situation and how it's affecting me personally with being pregnant. I know people have it worse, and luckily my mental health hasn't been affected too bad. It has been difficult. I feel like I've lost a lot of the pregnancy firsts. You know, I will never be first time pregnant again, so it does kind of feel that that's been robbed from me a little bit, and from other pregnant ladies, or even if it's your second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever time. I'm on a lot of Facebook groups, and we all kind of feel the same. And yeah, it's obviously, no, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I was looking forward to going shopping with Lewis for baby stuff, which obviously is now not happening, and also the worry of whether he can come to the birth. Obviously that's a really scary thing to go through on your own, and he can't come to any scans now. So luckily, thank God, he was able to come to the 12-week scan, but he can't come to my next scan, which is in a few weeks, which really devastates me. And this is the 20-week scan, so hopefully everything's okay. But if it's not, I then have to go relay that to him, so I don't have any support there. And he's also not getting to see his child. I really think that I feel really sorry for fathers of babies at the moment, because they're being not left out, and I completely understand why they do it, and it's just sad for everyone all around. And it might seem an insignificant sort of worry for some people, but for me, having him as my support is really important to me. And ooh, I feel like I'm gonna get emotional. Another thing about being pregnant is you cry a lot, so yeah, it's hard that I would like him to be there, but he can't be. And also, if he's sick around the birth with any kind of COVID-19 symptoms, he won't be able to come, which would be obviously a devastating thing for him, because he wouldn't be able to see his child being born and then not see him for 10 days. It's just a minefield. And I think the hardest thing I've found is a lot of people will say stuff like, well, at least, you know, this will be over when you're giving birth, or at least you will have time to have a baby shower. But that, to me, it's not helpful, and it's quite like, I know people are trying to make me feel better, but how do you know? It might not be over, and at the moment this is the situation we're in, and they're the worries that I have. And it's sort of, I feel like my feelings are being taken from me, especially if you've gone through pregnancy not in lockdown. I feel like you can't understand if you're not going through it. It's like, I can't understand what it's like to be a frontline worker. I imagine it must be awful and worse than obviously what I'm feeling, but I would never say to them, well, at least, you know, in a few weeks time it won't be happening anymore, because this is the situation we're in right now. And I feel like it invalidates my feelings almost. And I know people probably aren't trying to do it that way, and they're trying to make me feel better, or they'll say stuff like, well, as long as baby's healthy. Obviously that is my main concern, but when people say that, it makes me feel like they think that I'm not bothered about the health of my baby. That is obviously my first and foremost concern. And when baby's here, I'll probably forget all of this and I'll just be so overjoyed. But at the moment, it is how I'm feeling. So, you know, if you do have pregnant friends and they're saying stuff like that to you, try and say, oh my God, it must really suck. I wish someone just went, yeah, this sucks, because it does. And sometimes saying at least this or at least that, trying to silver line it. I know you're trying to help, but it doesn't always help. That's just my thoughts on those. However, on the upside of being pregnant in lockdown, I get to sit around all day and chill out, sleep a lot, which is amazing. I'm not a sleeper usually, but since being pregnant, oh my God, I am sleeping a lot more. And I know if I was at work, I wouldn't be getting this amount of sleep. So it is great, I have that. And as I say, work are being really, really supportive as well. So I feel like being at home and being safe and having a full wage, they are the positives. And obviously that is the best situation at the moment to be in. And I really feel for people who might be furloughed or actually having to still go to work. I know there are cases of pregnant ladies still having to work. So I'm working from home, but like having to work from like their jobs and stuff, it must be really, really scary, or haven't got anyone to shop for them and those sorts of things. So I know how lucky I am. Another thing that is quite worrying as a first time mum is my midwife appointments are now over the phone, so they can't do all of the checks that they need to do, and I understand that they're super busy. It's just obviously as a first time parent, I don't really know much about what's meant to be going on with my body, but fingers crossed, everything's been really great so far, and all of my tests that I had previous to lockdown have come back brilliant. So I imagine that's probably why they don't see me as a high risk pregnancy, which is great. So we're not going to find out the gender. I am having my 20-week scan on the 12th of May, so in a week and a half, where I could find the gender out, and I'm so sorry, but we're not. A lot of people are like, oh my God, why, how are you waiting? But Lewis wants to tell me the gender during the birth, and we do have our names. We've got a girl's name and a boy's name, and again, I'm really sorry, but we're not telling anybody. I just don't want opinions, and it's nice to surprise people. So once the baby's named, if you don't like it, you're probably not going to tell me to my face. But yeah, if I tell you before, you might say something. So yeah, we loved the names, and it took us a long time to come to an agreement on the girl's name, but we finally did it. The boy's name we've had locked in, like, this is probably like we found out I was pregnant, because we both love the name. So what I'll do as well, I'll place on the screen here a picture of the ultrasound as well. The ultrasound was amazing. We got to see baby moving around, and everything at that scan was great. So I'm hoping that at my 20-week scan everything will be fine. And I've decided to vlog my experience, not obviously in the hospital, but I mean vlog being pregnant during quarantine, because this is a once in a lifetime thing, hopefully. That's my plan. That's what I'm going to be doing going forward. I'm obviously going to be doing makeup videos, or like normal videos as well, but as well as vlogging. So if there is anything you want to see, just let me know in the comments below. So I have been doing a little bit of baby shopping. I have got a few bits and bobs clothes wise, and my mum is knitting a lot of stuff, so we are able to do that. And I am looking at stuff online as well. We're trying to hold off from buying just in case we do end up being able to go out and stuff, but we're not going to leave it too late, because obviously, so we still have the nursery to decorate. So when I'm decorating that, I will obviously film it for you guys so you can see the transformation as well. So guys, let me know if any of you guys are expecting down below in the comments, and how you're feeling about the whole situation. The one thing I will say is that I am extremely happy to be pregnant. We have always planned to have children. We'll have been married 3 years by the time baby arrives, unless baby's early, which I hope not that early. When anniversary is September the 5th, so hopefully by then we'll have been married 3 years. And we've always planned to have children, and we decided to now, and then lockdown happened, but it's fine. I would not change it for the world, because I know what a struggle it can be for some people. I'm so grateful that baby is happy and healthy, and that we do have a baby on the way, no matter how scary the situation. And actually, it is a little bit of a lie in this situation. I feel that I know I'm doing my best to keep baby safe, so that is all that matters at the moment. And the little moans like I'm gonna miss this and miss that are irrelevant. The only thing I'm really sad about really is the fact Lewis misses out on some things. So, you know, that is the one thing that I wish I could change, but I can't. Or if you are struggling with anything else during lockdown, please let me know down below. Are there any things you want to see me doing in lockdown? Okay guys, so if you did like this video, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If you would like to see my pregnancy journey and you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.